So adding a favicon to your site is actually pretty easy. A favicon, if you don't know, is this little icon that appears in the left-hand side of a tab. So this particular one has a favicon in the shape of a notebook, and then you have D2L icons here, and then our page doesn't have an icon. So we need to actually create that icon. I've created mine in Photoshop so that when I open it, I can design it in kind of a larger view. And then it also does some anti-aliasing so that it kind of fades out to the color so it looks a lot smoother and it doesn't look like old 8-bit pixelated graphics. So this is the icon that I created for this tourism website. Now this is a 300 pixel by 300 pixel square because your icons are always perfect squares, and it's not going to be seen obviously this large. It's going to be seen about that large. So you need to look at it at that size and make sure that there's high enough contrast that you can see what the favicon is actually representing. If you can't see it, then you should probably redesign something different. So once I have that created, I'll go to File, Save for Web, and I'm going to change this to 16 by 16 because that's the size of the actual favicon. And I need to save it as a ping24, click Save, call it favicon.png, and I already saved it once in here because Dreamweaver actually quit on me when I created the first video. So we have that PNG in here. Now I'll go ahead and cancel that and quit Photoshop and don't save the changes to that. Now I have a PNG, but I also have this favicon.ico, and that is a file format for icons. So that was created a little bit differently. There are ICO generators on the web that are free that you can put your JPEG image in and it'll automatically convert it to an ICO, and then you put it back in your images folder in your root folder of your website. So anyway, what we need to do is we need to start adding the code for the actual favicon. So if you look for favicon code in Google, it'll bring up this site, the Icon Handbook. And again, it's the iconhandbook.co.uk/reference/examples/favicons. So this gives you a really simple guide for how to create multiple icons or a single icon, and you can again use ICO, ping, or a GIF file. So I'll highlight the ping, which is what we just created, and I will copy that and come back in here, and it needs to be in the head. So I'll put it under this code that I created for the Google Fonts and paste that. Now this file path needs to be replaced. This is just an example file path. So we'll delete all of that and type the first quote and then click Browse and go into Images, and we're going to look for that favicon.png and click Open. And it's going to put the correct file path. So it's saying it's going to get out of the templates folder into the images folder and then find the favicon.png. So let's go to Design View, preview it in Firefox, save it, and there we see the favicon. So that's all there is to creating a favicon for your site. Now the one thing we do have to do is we changed a little bit about this page. Now it's not really giving us any save options here. So what I'm going to do is just put a space somewhere in an editable area so that it forces me to need to save it. So if I hit save, it'll ask me, do you want to update all the files? And I'll click update and it's done. So I'll click close and close the template, open a new page in my site, preview that in Firefox, and now you can see that favicon. So it is working, it's on all the pages now, and that's how easy it is to create that favicon.